Hi everyone, good evening. How are you all? I'm Dhwani from Geeks and I will be the host for today's session. Today it is an honor for me to welcome Mr. Anish, who will be telling us about his interview experience with various companies and he'll be telling us about the various opportunities that exist at those companies. So, hi Anish.
Yeah, hi everyone. Hi Dhavani. So, if I have to introduce myself, so I am Anish Dey and I am pursuing my final year. Like, I am doing my bachelor's in computer science, and I have worked at Microsoft in the last summer as a software engineer intern. And today I am here to tell about my experience of interviewing at Cred and Media.net and getting offers from them. So, hello everyone.
That's great. So Anish will wait just for a minute so that more people can join in. Till that time, you can tell us which companies did you interview with and how many offers. Like how did you decide between those companies?
So basically, like I interviewed at a few companies in the last few months. So for example, I interviewed, like I had a PPO interview with Microsoft. I interviewed at Google. The result is not out yet. So I also interviewed
Anish,
with Code Nation.
sorry to interrupt. Am I perfectly audible and visible to you?
Yeah,
Your voice is cracking a little bit. For all those who are watching, can you share in the chat if Anish's voice is cracking or is it from my end only? I hear some disruption at your end. Maybe you can rejoin.
yeah, sure. Just
Right. Thank you so much. So, for all those who are watching, you can tell us about which companies did you interview with and how was your experience. Like you can share with the community how long did you work, how did you prepare for that and all that. So, okay, people are saying it's clear. So I think he can join back in and we can start this. So yeah,
hello. Now is the audio clear?
yeah, it's all right. It's perfect now.
Yeah.
So you were saying something. You can continue.
Yeah, so basically, I was saying that I interviewed with quite a few companies in the last month. So, for example, I had a PPO interview with Microsoft. I also interviewed with Google. So, the results are not out yet, like they are on a hiring freeze or something like that. I also interviewed with Code Nation, but sadly, I was rejected in the last round of Code Nation. Apart from that, like I also interviewed at Cred and Media.net till now, and I got offers for a 6 month internship and a full time offer from both Cred and Media.net. So I interviewed I interviewed with like these companies in the past few months for FT or 6 month internships. So it has been some rejection, some waitlisting, some offers till now.
Right. So you were just telling us about the various companies you interviewed with. So how was your interview experience different? How was your interview experience of Cred different from that of Media.net?
Basically, if I talk about Cred, so the interview process of Cred was a very unique one. Like I haven't seen a more unique interview process than Cred. So first of all, the interview process started with a code chef form filling. So like they uh, gave us a Google form in a code chef contest. Like they hired through a code chef contest. They also told us to fill a form. So after the contest was over, so they shortlisted some candidates basis on the basis of the code chef ranking and resumes. So after the first round of shortlisting was done, then there was a machine coding round or a online assessment where there was a project or let's say a incomplete project and you have to complete the project. Again, shortlisted candidates went to the interview. Then there was a technical interview like on various computer science fundamentals, problem solving and DSA. And after the technical interview was over, there was a cultural fit round, like revolving around the values like previous experiences and all. So that was a basic overview of Cred. And if I talk about Media.net, so Media.net was more of a CP and DSA procedure. Like the first round was an OA. So I had like everyone had three questions, like typical CP questions, and the time limit was 90 minutes. So once you have solved all the questions, you get shortlisted for the next rounds. So there were three rounds. The first two rounds were DSA and CS fundamentals round. So there was one problem solving question, like you are given a problem and you have to solve that. And after that there was some CS fundamentals, like there was some questions on basics of CS fundamentals, like DBMS, operating system, computer networks, and all. uh, and then at the end there was a technical chat round, like in that it was a open ended problem solving round. Like you will be given a real life problem and you have to come up with the most optimal solution you have. Like there is no fixed answer for that open ended one. Like they want to see that how much you can optimize on the problem. So there was an open ended problem, and after that there are project discussion, your internship discussion, and some basic CS fundamentals.
Right. So, I mean, going through all these rounds for preparing for all these tests, there's always a preparation route. So, can you tell us what was your preparation route to crack these exams and interviews?
So basically, like if I talk about this, like the preparation started way back in my second year. So like in second year, I started doing CP or competitive programming on various websites like Codeforces and CodeChef. So that's what the preparation started. So after that, if I talk about the preparation of CS fundamentals, so I used to prepare CS fundamentals from Scalar interview questions. There are also GFG resources, like GFG has also plenty of resources for preparation. Like Scalar also does have some good resources for preparation of CS fundamentals. And there are also system design resources, like for system design I used to watch some of the YouTube playlists. Like I used to watch Gaurav Sen's playlist for system design. Also I have a subscription to Medium's newsletter. There is a system design newsletter in Medium, so I used to follow that. So like for CS fundamentals and system design, these are the resources. And for DSA, I didn't really prepare for DSA because I means I have done CP for almost 2 years, so like I didn't have to prepare separately for DSA.
Right. That's quite interesting. I mean, a lot of people start their competitive programming skills in the initial years, and like it really benefits them.
Yeah.
So that's something for the audiences to note. So, like going through all these rounds and like preparing for all of them, how is your personal experience?
The personal experience has been good. Like I started like hunting for internships and jobs primarily from, like, let's say May or June of this year. So after that, I got a PPO from Microsoft. That was my first offer. But Microsoft didn't offer us 6 month internships, as I told. Like they have some business issues with the recession, so they didn't offer us 6 month internships. So I started looking out for other opportunities, like companies which will offer both 6 month and FT. So then I came across those companies, like Cred was hiring, Media.net was hiring. So I applied to them, and like getting through all the rounds was a good experience, I would say. So it has been a good experience going through all the
Right.
rounds and getting an offer at the end.
I mean, it does feel good. I mean, you're working so hard for something, and you're getting all these job offers are rewards of all that hard work. So obviously,
Yeah.
it does feel good. So, can you tell us the most difficult part of this journey and how did you overcome it?
I would say the most difficult part of the journey is that the current situation, like everyone knows that recession is around the corner, or we are in a recession. So like most of the companies have slowed hiring, and like the main problem here is that like getting internships have got a lot tougher, because like the headcounts for internships are a lot less. Okay, to be very honest, like, and recess, and due to this hiring freeze and all, like the headcounts have gone even lower. Okay, so getting opportunities in this hiring freeze and all, or layoffs, like this is the most difficult part. Like previous year also I saw that there were many openings, but now hardly we can find 3 or 4 openings in like some of the companies. So that was the most difficult part, like getting opportunities in this recession. And like, so to overcome this, like I used to means search for openings, like in every uh, platforms. Like I used to search over LinkedIn jobs, that whether there are openings or not. Like some companies had through lead code contest or code chef contest also, so I was keeping an eye that if some companies hiring through them also. Like I came to know about Cred through a coach chef contest only that they are hiring. Also, like I was asking some of my friends and like seniors, like the company they're working, like whether they are hiring interns or not. Like for media.net, I came to know from one of my friends who have interned at media.net earlier. So I asked from them that whether they're hiring interns or FTs at the same time or not. So the friend told me that yes, they are uh, having a off-campus drive for media.net. So I went there and applied. So that's how like I tried to know about openings, like which companies are hiring currently, and try to apply to them.
Right. I mean, keeping tabs on all these companies is quite a difficult task. I mean, I also am a student, so I
Yeah.
understand the work it takes. I mean, you might turn on the notifications, but then you get so many emails. It's very difficult to keep up with which company do you actually want to apply for. I mean, recession has really hit the hiring process hard. Or on-campus opportunities are very
Yeah.
limited right now.
Like if I
So,
talk about that, if I want to add, like our college also doesn't allow 6 month internships of like officially. Like you have to search for remote internships also. So that was
right.
another barrier for me. Like I have to means I can't really apply for opportunities which are on site. I have to go for remote or means virtual internships.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I didn't know that such a rule existed. I mean, a lot of colleges have that barrier that you have to, like get a job at the company and you have to intern there as well for that internship to count. But this is something that I've heard for the first time. So, during this process of your preparation, there is always this overwhelming fear of exams and, like how to exactly deal with them. Because obviously, we're not aiming to, like work for the top marks, but you have to prepare for them anyhow. So, how did you deal with that fear of exams and how did you deal with those overwhelming exams?
Yeah, like if I say about it honestly, like I was giving interviews and exams simultaneously for media.net and Cred. Okay, so like I was having my NSEMs. I am also currently having my NSEMs now. Like it is still going on, and it was going on at the time of the interviews also. Like so, basically for the exams, I real like our. To be very honest, like our professors are very supportive. To be very honest, like the professor in our department are very supportive. Like they help us a lot. Okay, so basically to deal with exams, so like it's basically what everyone does, like the we study the night before the exams and study as much as we can from YouTube and other free resources on the internet. So it's as simple as that, like study the night before the exam and try to get as much marks as you can. So that's the thing.
I think that's the story of every engineering student. I mean, we
Yeah.
worry the whole year about exams coming, but when they actually do come, like we just prepare a day before the exams. So I guess every engineering student can relate to that. So, can you tell us about the various websites and blogs that you frequently visited for finding job opportunities?
First of all, the most underrated website I would say is LinkedIn Jobs. Like there are a lot of opportunities in LinkedIn Jobs. Like also there is like LinkedIn is also now offering premium to students. Like many of should know. So like for premiums also you get recommendations for jobs, like which job is most suitable for you. So LinkedIn Jobs is one of the most interesting or good website for finding job opportunities. Like I also found two internships before this through LinkedIn. Okay, like I applied, I got an offer from Lead Code and HackerRank through LinkedIn. Okay, so these are another two offers which I got from browsing LinkedIn basically. Okay, so apart from
Right.
LinkedIn, I would say like there is no such websites or blogs. Like you should have a network of people like working in various companies. Like you should have friends or seniors like working in various companies, and like if there is an opening in that company, like they should tell that my company is having openings. So if anyone is interested, like can ping me or uh, ask me to, means they can apply in that company. So like I would say that having a network is more important than browsing websites,
Right.
because people working there have a more clear conception of how the company is working and what openings are there in the company and whether they're hiring currently or not. So make a community or make a network of people working in various companies or various top MNCs, and like make that community or network active. So that is the thing I would say, like instead of browsing websites and blogs or browsing the career sites, like make a network of people working in various companies.
Right, networking is very important in today's global world. I mean, me being here in India, I can actually communicate to anybody across the globe, and they will actually be willing to help me because this professional network is that sincere. And making the correct connections is also very
Yeah,
important. I mean, just going around sending requests to people who won't
yeah,
even, like reply to your messages. I mean, if I send a request to Elon Musk, I mean, I cannot expect him to offer me a job at Tesla, right? So, getting
yeah,
the correct connections is also a very important part. And LinkedIn right now is like the most important social media for any professional. So,
yeah,
that's quite correctly
absolutely.
said. LinkedIn job postings are lifesavers. So, can you tell us about some of your sources for studying and preparing, like not just for the competitive coding things, but also for your academic curriculum?
Like if I start about academics, so like there is a YouTube channel called Get Smashers. Like many of you should know that, like this is a very good YouTube channel. Like I think like most of us follow that also. Like Get Smashers is a lifesaver for academic exams. Also, like if I talk about other things, like for CP, I would say like there is a website called CP Algorithms. Not many of you know it, but my this is a great website. Like CP Algorithms, like it literally has all the resources for competitive programming. Also, like GFG, I would say, has resources on almost every topic. So if you are searching for a particular topic, like you can go to GFG and search it. Like if I talk about system design, as I told previously, like there are a lot of playlists like Gaurav's, and like there is another playlist of a Facebook software engineer. I don't currently remember the name. It was something like Sandeep, or I don't remember the name, but he is a Facebook engineer, software engineer. Like he has great resources on software engineering. Like means he has resources on system design, software engineering principles, and all. So that these are the things for system design. For CS fundamentals, I would say like gate smashers are enough. Apart from that, if you are preparing for an interview, like you have 1 or 2 days left, so you can go to the top interview questions that are asked for CS fundamentals, and then like browse or revise them. So these are basically the sources for studying and preparing. And for DSA, if you can't prepare in a night or two, like you have to be consistent. Like for DSA, lead code should be enough. Like doing lead code consistently should be enough. And like but if you are doing CP well, or doing CP consistently, like DSA will come in eventually. So no need to separately prepare for DSA if you are doing CP well.
Right. So, your journey was quite long. I mean, once you started in second year, it's been 2 years since you started. So, what kept you motivated throughout your journey?
Like I would say that we had a active CP community in our second and third year. Like we had 3 or 4 members. Like we had 3 or 4 active CPers in our college. Like we used to do CP in a group, or we used to do CP together. So that's what makes things easier. Like when you are doing things in a group, things get easier. Like, and also like when you reach a certain rating in CP, so like it feels good and you aim for higher, so that keeps you motivating. So that was one of the things that kept me motivated throughout the 2 year journey at CP, I would say. And also like problem solving things like always fascinate me. Like I love problem solving. So when you love something, like it keeps you motivated. You don't really need external motivation to keep going.
Right. I mean, everybody loves to state some problems, right? But having that power to solve that problem and actually code the solution out, I mean, that feels very overpowering. So, yes, problem solving is uh like you're having a power of your own. So
Yeah.
yeah, exactly, that's a great thing to like keep your focus on like getting a good rank and stuff. So did you take part in campus placements, and what was the procedure like? And I mean, did you fit into the procedure or not?
So I would like we had campus placements for internships as well. So I did take part in campus placements, and like I got an offer from Microsoft through an on-campus drive for internships. So for the full time, like since I had a PPO from Microsoft, so I didn't really get an opportunity to sit in campus placements. Like our college also has a one offer rule. So once you have one offer, you can't sit for the rest. So like I was restricted from sitting in media.net and coordination off campus, sorry, on campus. So for internships, like Microsoft visited our college. That was the first company visiting our college. So I got an offer from Microsoft. So I was restricted from sitting for the other companies. And once I got a PPO from Microsoft, so I was restricted from sitting for full time opportunities also. So even though I cleared the OA of coordination on campus, so I had to again apply off campus and give the OA again. So similarly, the case was for media.net. So like I cleared the OA for media.net, but since I had the offer from Microsoft, so so the placement cell told that like since you have one offer, so you can't apply for media.net on campus. So I had to go off campus and apply it again.
Right. So, since you went through a lot of companies, very high profile companies, do you think a resume plays a very important role in getting a placement? And how is your resume different from that of the others?
Yeah, so I think resume does play an important role. Like it helps you to get shortlisted. Like apart from getting shortlisted, also like when the team or the hiring team is taking a final decision on your result, like you have given your interviews, they have your interview feedback and they also have your resume. So your interview feedback and your resume on a combined gives you the final offer. So most people think that resume only helps in shortlisting, but no, like resume also helps in the final stage also, like when they are taking the final call. So that's where also resume plays an important role. So apart, so to make your resumes, you don't really need to make your resume stand out from the rest. Like some things you should keep in mind here is that the strongest section of your resume should be on top. Like you shouldn't like follow things like I should put education on top, then I should put experience. No, not like that. If your experience section is strongest, so put it on top. If your achievement section is the strongest, put your achievements on strong, I mean top. So like put your strongest section on the top, and then put your second strongest section in the second place, and so on. Like go on in the decreasing order of your strengths. Like there is no need to follow a order or something. Like follow in the order of your strengths. So that's
Right.
one of the thing I would say to incorporate in your resume.
Right. So, that's it for the questions that I have, Anish. Before we close this session, would you like to give an end note to all the viewers who are watching this session?
Like an end note will be like things will be a bit tough in this time, means in this recession. But like as we saw that in 2020, like after the COVID was over, like there was a hiring, means there was plenty of hiring going on. So like things might be a bit of, means things might be a bit tough now, but like keep sharpening your skills and you will get your offer soon.
That's a very positive note to end this session on, because no matter how hard the things get, there will always be a good time. There will always be a bright sun at the end of it all. So, thank you so much, Anish, for this amazing session. I personally learned a lot from you today, and I'm sure everybody who was watching this will take something from this session. And for all those who are watching, thank you so much for staying for such a long time. Have a great day ahead. Thank you so much.